Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Ngayon po ay ating i-discuss ang human rights-based policing entitled Ikaw at Ako, Tagapagtanggol ng Karapatang Pantao. The subject of human rights is one of the most pressing issues today. Alleged human rights violations by erring and rogue police personnel had made discussions about human rights as a source of discomfort within police circles. But if understood in the proper context, the promotion and protection of human rights is at the very core of policing. Ano nga ba ang karapatang pantao? Ang karapatang pantao o human rights ay ang mga basic rights and freedoms that all human beings have regardless of sex, religion, nationality, ethnic origin, economic status, occupation, or any other status. Sa madaling salita, lahat tayo may karapatang pantao. Babae man o lalaki, matanda man o bata, mayaman o mahirap, anumang lahi, relihiyon o paniniwala, anuman ang iyong trabaho o kalagayan sa buhay, lahat tayo ay may karapatan. Gaya ng sinabi ni former Senator Jose W. Jokno, no cause is more worthy than the cause of human rights. Human rights are more than legal concepts. They are the essence of men and women. They are what makes men and women human. That is why they are called human rights. Deny them of these rights, and you deny men or women of their humanity. Ngayon naman ay ating tatalikayin ang papel ng human rights sa law enforcement. Ang mga sibilyan, ang mga polis at mga sundalo, tayong lahat ay mga tao, kaya naman lahat tayo may karapatang pantao. At gaya ng mga sibilyan, mayroon 5 uri o kategorya ng human rights na mayroon din ang mga polis, sundalo at yung mga nasa law enforcement sectors. Ito ay ang civil rights, political rights, economic rights, social rights at cultural rights. Civil rights are those rights which the law will enforce at the instance of private individual for the purpose of securing to them the enjoyment of their means of happiness. Ilang halimbawa ng civil rights ay ang karapatang mabuhay, karapatang maging malaya, karapatan sa pantay na proteksyon sa ilalim ng batas at karapatan laban sa diskriminasyon. Mayroon ding karapatan laban sa torture, ilegal na pag-aresto at ilegal na pagkakakulong. May karapatan din tayong makapag-isip ng malaya at karapatang manampalataya o magkaroon ng relihiyon. Political rights are those rights which enable us to participate in the running of the affairs of the government either directly or indirectly. So sa political rights naman, mayroon tayong kalayaang bumoto. May karapatan din tayong kumandidato para sa isang pampublikong posisyon tulad ng mayor, senator, at kahit pa presidente. May karapatan din tayong umanib sa mga legal na asosasyon. Economic and social rights are those rights which the law confers upon the people to enable them to achieve social and economic development, thereby ensuring them their well-being, happiness, and financial security. Halimbawa naman nito ay ang karapatang magtrabaho o maghanap buhay, karapatang mag-aral, at karapatang magkaroon ng mga properties. Kaya maging ang mga pulis natin, mayroong housing and quartering projects, educational scholarships, and livelihood opportunities para sa mga pulis at dependents natin. Bahagi ito ng ating socio-economic rights. Cultural rights are those that ensure the well-being of the individual and foster the preservation, enrichment, and dynamic evolution of national culture based on the principle of unity in diversity in a climate of free artistic and intellectual expression. Ang halimbawa nito ay yung mga karapatan ng mga katutubo natin na pagyamanin at preserbahan ang kulturang katutubo. Dapat nating igalang ang ating kultura at tradisyon at mga minanang lupain o ancestral land, lalo na para sa mga kapatid nating katutubo. Ayon sa 1987 Philippine Constitution, particularly sa Section 1, Article 2, sovereignty resides in the people and all government authorities emanate from them. Nakalagay din sa Section 3 ng Article 2 na civilian authority is at all times supreme. At dahil binigyan tayo ng Filipino people ng otoridad, obligasyon natin na nasa gobyerno na pagsilbihan at protektahan ang Filipino people. Kung matatandaan natin yung movie na Spider-Man, sa mga nakapanood na ng movie, di ba't sabi ni Uncle Ben kay Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Ganun din ang ating mga pulis at sundalo. You have been given this great power and authority. Hence, you must use your power and authority to serve and protect the Filipino people and not to abuse it. Sa makatuwid, ang mga pulis at mga sundalo ay may tungkuling maglingkod at magtanggol sa mamamayan, pati na sa kanilang mga karapatan. Anchoring it on our philosophy, service, honor, and justice, protecting human rights is rendering professional service, treating people with dignity and honor, and improving delivery of justice to the oppressed and victims of crime. Kung i-review natin ang ating PNP Ethical Doctrine, PNP Motto, PNP Code of Conduct, PNP HIM at iba pang official issuances ng PNP, makikita natin doon ang emphasis sa ating duty to serve and protect, kasama na ang paggalang sa human rights. Ang pagiging makatao bilang isa sa core values ng PNP ay walang iba kundi ang paggalang sa buhay, karapatan at dignidad ng ating kapwa. Ang mga sumusunod ay ilan lamang sa mga civil, political, economic, social rights ng ating mga pulis. Ngunit minsan, kahit rest day natin o kaya naka-leave tayo, bigla-bigla tayong tinatawagan at pinagre-report sa office kasi may insidente na dapat nating respondehan. Sana po ay wag nating isipin na inaalisan tayo ng ating mga karapatan. Bagkus, isa-isip natin na the moment that you took your oath as police officers, as public officials, you must be able to surrender or sacrifice some of your human rights for the welfare of the Filipino people. Gaya rin na nakalagay sa ating Constitution, public office is a public trust. You're accountable to the public at all times. This provision of the Constitution sums up the highest sense of professionalism that is expected of us. And as expressed by Justice Malcolm, public officers are mere agents of the people. They are not rulers of the Filipino people. We accept office pursuant to the provisions of law and hold the office as a trust for the people whom we represent. At lagi nating isa-isip yung legal maxim na salus populi est suprema lex. The welfare of the people is the supreme law. Ngayon naman po, let's discuss why there are still alleged human rights violations being committed by PNP personnel. Tatalakayin natin ang root causes of human rights violations. Ano po ang napapansin ninyo sa illustration? May puwang or gap sa gitna ng bangin, hindi po ba? May gap between the law enforcement and how the law enforcers accomplish their mission. Ano po ba ang mission ng PNP? The mission of the PNP is to arrest for the conviction of criminals, solution of crime, give justice for victims, saving of lives, law enforcement, and peace and order. At dahil may gap, maaaring hindi natin ma-accomplish ang mission natin. At ano po ba ang gap na ito na naging balakid upang ma-accomplish natin ang ating tungkulin? Ang gap na ito ay ang unprofessional behavior at incompetency ng ilan sa ating mga pulis. At ano ang mangyayari kapag hindi na solusyonan ng ating mga pulis ang gap na ito? Crimes are not solved. Justice delayed is justice denied. The PNP loses the trust and confidence of the community. The PNP and the government suffers criticism from the media and other sectors, and our relationship with the international community is affected. Human rights violations are committed. We could face criminal and administrative charges, and worst, it could end our police career. At paano natin masusolusyonan ang gap na ito para ma-accomplish natin ang ating mission o tungkulin? Una po ay through competency. Competency, according to the International Committee of the Red Cross, does not only mean authorized, it's the mental and physical aptitude and attitude of the police officer in reacting to circumstance. It's developing capacity through the acronym SPEAK: skill, perception, experience, ability, and knowledge. And police officers should not be affected by pressure, influence, and temptation. Pero ano nga ba ang competency in the simplest term? Take it from the root word competent. Competent means to have sufficient skill, experience, and knowledge. Kailangang magsanay ng mga pulis. Kaya may opportunities ang mga pulis na mag-schooling to become expert in their respective fields or lines of work. Next po is professionalism. Professionalism, according to Candice Soley, is not just a set of appearance nor just a technical skill. It is a set of internalized character strength and values, high-quality service to others, show of self-respect, commitment to excellence, adherence to high standard of behavior, see work as service to others, and high level of responsibility and respect to others' rights. This is another important factor to consider. Ang mga tao ay dumudulog sa mga pulis kung sila ay nabibiktima ng mga kriminal o kaya naman para humingi ng police assistance. Just like the cliche, first impression lasts. The first impression that a citizen gets from a police officer usually lasts, whether that impression is positive or negative. Therefore, the goal of every police officer during citizen contact is to provide a professional, fast, efficient, and courteous response to a legitimate citizen request for police service or assistance. Hence, professionalism. The third is strict observance, or rather, strict adherence to police operational procedures and the rule of law. Ang human rights violations ay nangyayari kapag ang pulis ay hindi sumusunod sa mga procedures at sa ating batas. Shortcuts, omissions, or blatant disregard for procedures are unacceptable behavior that violate our national laws, PNP rules and regulations, and generally accepted socio-cultural norms. When police officers follow and apply proper procedures, they uphold human rights. Bigyan natin ng mas specific na halimbawa. Una, pag may inaresto tayong tao, basahan agad natin sila ng kanilang Miranda rights or constitutional rights. Kasama dito ang pagsasabi sa kanila na may karapatan silang manahimik at kumuha ng abogado, at kung di nila kayang kumuha ng abogado, ang gobyerno ang magbibigay sa kanila ng abogado. Importante ding ipaalam sa mga taong arestado o sino mang iniimbestigahan na sila ay may karapatang sumailalim sa physical, medical at psychological examination bago magsimula at pagkatapos ng custodial investigation. Ito po ay nakapaloob sa Republic Act 9745, otherwise known as the Anti-Torture Law. Ayon sa batas, hindi kailangan ng court order o utos mula sa higher headquarters para dito. Kapag hinihingi ito ng arestadong tao, dapat itong ibigay ng pulis. So if we embody competency, professionalism, and if we strictly adhere to police operational procedures and rule of law, we have human rights-based policing. So how can we accomplish our mission and how do we avoid human rights violations? Ano po ba ang formula? Human rights-based policing po ang sagot, which is equal to competency, professionalism, strict adherence to police operational procedures, and rule of law. Ano po ba ang human rights-based policing? Human rights-based policing is the comprehensive, systematic, and institutional adherence to national or domestic laws on human rights and compliance with international human rights principles, standards, and practices, as well as treaties, conventions, and protocols related to law enforcement or police functions. Ang hirap po i-memorize, di ba? Kasi mahaba. Pero you do not need to memorize this definition. To put it simply, human rights-based policing is all about competency, professionalism, and strict adherence to police operational procedures. This is the essence of human rights-based policing. Through rights-based policing, we are reorienting the mindset of police officers so that they see and treat citizens as claim holders of human rights. Thus, their rights must be respected and protected. Our police officers should see themselves as duty bearers responsible for protecting human rights. As a government bureau or state actor, the PNP has 3 levels of human rights obligations or Trinity human rights obligations. These are to respect, protect, and fulfill human rights. To respect human rights means refraining from interfering with the enjoyment of people's rights. Huwag nating papakialaman kung paano gamitin ng mga tao ang kanilang mga karapatan kung ginagamit naman nila ito sa maayos, responsable, at legal na paraan. To protect human rights means to implement laws that provide equal protection to all persons from human rights violations by state authorities or by non-state actors. As law enforcers, obligasyon nating ipatupad ang mga batas patungkol sa pagprotekta sa karapatang pantao. Ilan sa mga batas na ito ay ang anti-torture law, anti-violence against women and their children, rights of arrested persons, at marami pa. To fulfill human rights refers to the act of establishing institution and implementing systems, mechanisms, or procedures that enable people to claim and enjoy their rights. Dapat may mga opisina o tanggapan na mag-a-assist sa mga tao kung nangangailangan sila ng assistance o tulong. Kung iisipin po natin, ang pagrespeto, pagtatanggol, at pagtupad sa karapatang pantao ay inihahantulad sa Golden Rule. Huwag mong gawin sa iyong kapwa ang ayaw mong gawin sa iyo. Sa mas positibong salita, do unto others what you want them to do unto you. Gusto mo bang galangin ka ng ibang tao? Igalang mo rin ang mamamayan at igalang natin ang ating uniforme at tsapa. Ayaw mo bang maging biktima ng karahasan, pagmamaltrato o pang-aabuso? Kung gayon, huwag tayong gumawa ng karahasan, pagmamaltrato o pang-aabuso sa kapwa. Gusto mo ba na laging ligtas ang iyong buhay pati na ang kapakanan ng iyong pamilya? Kung gayon, igalang mo ang buhay at kapakanan ng ibang tao. As I end, mahalagang balikan natin ang sinabi natin kanina na ipinagkaloob ng ating mamamayan sa ating mga pulis, mga sundalo, barangay officials at lingkod bayan ang kapangyarihan o otoridad. Gaya ng tinalakay natin kanina na nakapaloob sa Constitution, sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. Nagmula sa mamamayan ang kapangyarihan ng gobyerno. Kailanman, hindi natin dapat gamitin ang ating kapangyarihan upang mang-abuso o lumabag sa karapatang pantao. Sa halip, tayo ay binigyan nila ng otoridad upang sila ay ating paglingkuran at ipagtanggol. Tungkulin natin ito. Ikaw at ako, tagapagtanggol ng karapatang pantao.